Oh, what up? What up? What up? Can't lie. Well, early morning, 8 a.m. Not too early, but struggling. House sitting right now. So my dog's acting up a little bit. We should probably get going back to my place so I can feed him. I'm gonna put him back out in the backyard, let him do his business. But yeah, man. Spilled coffee over myself. Had a bowl of cereal with some dairy milk. Usually I'll go non-dairy. It's kind of upset my stomach a little bit. But anyways, horrible calling session yesterday. I dialed for like 2 hours only to realize at the end after I tested my number that it was popping up as spam. So nothing I can really do about it. Excuse me. But last night I had like a batch of like 200 properties that I got from virtually driving for dollars that I skip traced and got into Eller. And then I also took a chunk of like 300 properties from a new list that I pulled last night. Just absentee owners with equity. I'm like playing around with these kind of filters where I'm requiring them to have owned the property for like 10 plus years, but only needing like 30 to 40% equity. My hopes is that even the people who have 30 to 40% equity have experienced some type of appreciation over the past 10 plus years to where a cash offer may make sense, or it won't be that burdensome to try to do something creative, because again, they still have a good chunk of equity in the property. But my hopes again is that the appreciation is able to offset the amount of equity that they have in the property because they own it for 10 plus years. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try that list out because this is a new county as well. This is like the third most populated county in the area. I don't know why I haven't been pulling records from this county. I've driven for dollars in this county pretty aggressively, actually, but that's all I've done in this area. So I actually pulled my first list from this county. And based off what I've found just over the two most populated counties that I've been dialing is the most populated. It's clear that it's getting called a lot because I'd imagine beginners and people like me who are doing it virtually in a virtual market, they probably look to that main county that's like that encompasses a larger portion of the metro area. And then when I switched to the second most populated county, which is right next door, just the conversations that you're having, you can kind of tell that those people aren't getting dialed as much. But then the opportunity starts to diminish as well when you start to go further out of the city. So this is still an area where, you can be in the metro area and still be in this county. It is a little more country, but it's close enough to the inner city where I've talked to a number of buyers that say that they're willing to purchase in this area. A lot of the buyers that I talk to say that they're willing to purchase outside of the inner city as long as it's not like 60 plus miles out. That seems to be the cutoff for a lot of people, is like 60-ish miles radius. So I'm gonna start this list off. New list. And now I don't know. Yesterday because I wasn't getting any phone call or any contact. I was under the impression that it was because I was calling through the list for the third time. But once I figured out it was spam, I don't know now. I was so certain that I was going to stop calling through a list 3 times and that 2 was going to be my max. But then I figured out it was only because I had a spam number. So I'll probably give it a few more tries, call through 3 times. I think that it's worth it right now because I'm operating on a small budget. And if I'm paying for the skip tracing, paying for the data, it's probably worth it. I got like a 5% contact rate yesterday. Which again, I was attributing to the fact that I called through for 3 times. So even if it gets up to 10%, I'm pretty okay with that, to be contacting 1 out of 10 properties that I dial on the 3rd time through the list. So I'll probably call a few more times through the list for a 3rd time. But keep your fingers crossed. Let's see what this list can do. Got a total of 256 because 30 of them don't have phones. I don't know how they get imported if they don't have phones. Or like, why is it kicking it back to me from my skip tracing service if they're not coming back with any phones? I don't get that. Or like, I don't get at what point of the process it's allowing it to get through with no phone numbers, whether it be my skip tracing service or when I'm importing it to my dialer or when I'm exporting it from where I'm pulling my list. I don't know what point of the process these numbers or these properties are squeezing through with no numbers. But I would rather not be there at all, to be honest. If there's no phone numbers, it's giving me like a false perception of how many properties I have in my system. True properties that I can actually reach out to. Because that's like the first step, right? Is like how many addresses do you have in your system? Okay, and then how many calls are you making? How many contacts do you get from those calls? How many leads do you get from those contacts? How many agreements? Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 7 1. You know what I mean? It all matters. So if 30 of these numbers, I mean, it was like a list of 280, and 10% of them don't have numbers. It's a pretty big deal. I'd much rather it not get imported at all, but something that I guess I could just pay attention to next time to figure out again at what point of the process they're squeaking through. It's gonna be a quick session though. Like I was saying, my dog's he's not acting up. He's just.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Wright.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Riverbank Drive.
You had a what? Say that again.
Yeah, I was giving you a quick call about a property that I believe you own on Riverbank Drive.
Oh, well, my wife owns the property on Riverbank Drive. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and see if there's any interest in selling that property. Hello?
Oh, okay. You're back. Sorry, I got in the truck. I'm going to truck.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Yeah, I just wanted to reach out. I wanted to see if there was any interest in selling that property there.
No, the place belonged to my mother-in-law. My wife inherited it, and currently my daughter's living there, so.
Gotcha. Okay.
You will not sell it.
Completely understand. While I have you, would you happen to have any properties you may consider selling at the moment?
At the moment, no.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the call.
I have it paid for. I don't have any expenses on it, so therefore I'm going to just keep it.
Perfect. Yeah, understand that. Well, I appreciate you taking the call, sir.
All right.
Bye. Uh-huh. One property, one contact. I can dig it. Coffee's gone cold. That's all right. Still giving me the.
Hello?
Hi there. I was looking for the owner of a property on Lakewood Drive. Do I have the right number here?
No, you don't.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
Bye. Still giving me the fuel that I need is what I was getting ready to say. Here we go. Calling Eli back. Tallow. Tallow.
Sorry, the party you are trying to reach has not set up voicemail on.
Oh, set up the voicemail. Come on now. Not like I'd leave a message. Yeah. A little insight. Not insight, but it's kind of what I've been thinking lately is and why I'm on here a little bit earlier than usual. It's 8:23 a.m. my time. I'm on excuse me, West Coast Pacific time. My virtual market
Automatic voice message system 2818319.
virtual market is in Central Time. Hi, Mr.
Return your call as soon as I can. Thank you.
So they're 2 hours ahead. So right now it's about 10:30 for them. Something that I'm really wanting to work on. It's a little bit difficult typically for me to call around this time. It's because there's usually a lot going on. Like I said, I'm house sitting right now, so I have the place to myself. I'm able to hop on here in the morning and kind of be distraction free. But I
Forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 7.
also don't want to be like making excuses for myself because I can get on probably around 9 a.m. every day, which is 11 a.m. their time, which is something that I'm wanting to start doing just to get the numbers up, pump the numbers up a little bit. Because I usually won't start calling until like 11 noon. And then at that point, I'm only able to get so many hours in before one, I have to leave. And two, it gets to be a little bit too late. I have to leave before it gets too late. But even on the days where I don't leave my house around 3, then I'll call till around 5, which is around 7 their time. So again, still it just doesn't 5 is pretty much my cutoff. 5 o'clock my time, pretty much my cutoff. So I'm just trying to get into the habit of hopping on the dialer a little bit earlier to get the dial time up as much as possible. I can't believe that yesterday though. It was my fault. Straight 2 hours.
Mr. Hicks?
Hey, Mr. Hicks.
Hello? Yes.
Hey, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Canterbury Lane.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to give you a quick call, and I wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there.
I always consider offers on virtually everything except my wife.
Okay, I like your style. Have you considered selling this place right here on Canterbury Lane before?
I'm sorry, you broke up there. Say it again?
Yeah, I was just curious. Have you considered selling the place before?
Yeah, I have. I just haven't. I actually have it rented out right now, and so that lease runs until I want to say April of next year.
Oh, okay.
And so every time the lease comes up, I think about selling it. But quite frankly, the people I have in there have been in there now for like 5 years, and so I just keep rolling them over. I figure I can sell it when I'm ready.
Yeah. They're good tenants, it sounds like, paying on time and full and stuff.
They are.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal. I mean, I've had 4 different renters in there again, and all of them have been good. But this guy, I mean, he takes care of the lawn and the bushes.
Oh,
he
yeah.
power washes the driveway, and he's replaced some of the boards on the back deck when they bothered him. I mean,
Right.
I'm like, well, send me at least an invoice for the materials. He's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're my hero.
Man, okay.
Yeah, they're great.
All right. Well, hey, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to tear you away from a good, cash flowing property is what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll tell you what, if it's all right with you, is it appropriate if I call maybe early next year as that lease is approaching the end to see, where you're at with things?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, another way to go is if you guys were up for it and would keep them in there for the balance of the lease, you could pick it up this year.
Yeah.
But, anything's possible.
Okay, yeah, and that is something that we would entertain, right? Is taking them over, especially if they're good tenants. What it sounds like, we are looking to we're looking to pay cash. We can costs and fees and stuff like that. Just a net cash transaction as an investor as well, not as a realtor. So there wouldn't be any commissions, anything of that sort. And for that reason, we could close fairly quickly as well, and be able to just kind of take it over as is, like you're saying. No repairs needed, or no need to get rid of the tenant, anything like that. But I wanted to ask, for an offer like that, did you have a number in mind that you'd be hoping to get for it?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a different way to look at it. What were you guys thinking? So this is net, from my perspective, it would be the same as working with a realtor, but then going net of, all the costs of a realtor and everything. You're saying by cash, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'd have to think about that. But what are you guys thinking?
Yeah, for us, it really does depend on condition. We'd love to be able to offer obviously what it qualifies for, and not have to leave anything off the table. So I'd love to learn a little bit about it if it is something that you're interested in.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for the last couple. I've been retired for over 10 years.
Okay.
And I've been thinking about it for the last couple of years because we live in Katy, and effectively what I'd like to do is kind of consolidate things, sell this house, sell that house,
right?
Move to like Canyon Lake or something like that. It's been on my mind, but
okay.
We're kind of settled in the nest here.
Okay. Off the kind of top of your head, has any repairs or anything like that, any rehab been done to, say, the kitchen or the bathrooms in the last 5 to 10 years?
Oh yeah, we completely remodeled the house.
Okay.
I want to say 2011. All new tile downstairs, all new granite countertops in all the bathrooms. New cabinetry complete in the kitchen. What happened? We actually had one of the upstairs toilets sprang a leak over the weekend, and kind of torched the whole downstairs. So we gutted it. I mean, effectively gutted the whole thing, got it all dried out, and had those water guys, moisture guys, whatever, clean everything up, and then just totally redid the whole thing. Paint, carpet, all new toilets, all new sinks, fixtures, and also refrigerator, washer, dryer. Replaced the air conditioning unit a couple of years ago, completely new, and along with that, new ductwork and vents. We've done a lot with that.
Yeah.
All new deck off the back about 10 years ago. It's showing some wear now. Certainly, it's got a slip that we built with a lift and a cover for the boat. And one of the really compelling features about this house is that it's oriented almost directly east-west, such that in the afternoons, the backyard is in the shade.
Oh, nice.
Which is, in Texas, it's critical. I mean, you can actually use the back deck and everything in the afternoon. And
Right.
the inlet that it's on is, I don't know, maybe 100 yards across, maybe not. But it's pretty broad. It's not like you're 30 feet across the water to a bunch of neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very quiet cove. You don't have a whole bunch of boats zipping by. I mean, it's just very serene, very nice, great orientation, and as I say, completely rebuilt the whole house inside. So no, I mean, it's really in great shape.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And it's, I'll be honest with you. It sounds like it's in such great shape that it may not be the best fit for us, to be honest.
Yeah.
Have you considered?
I know a lot of you guys like to pick them up and rehab them. And then,
Exactly. We are kind of looking for something that needs a little bit of love, something that we can build value into it. But it sounds like this is probably already brought up to speed. Have you considered just listing it on market with a realtor?
Well, as I say, I've got these light leasers in there.
Yeah.
Tenants. Yeah, so I'm fat, dumb, and happy at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They're paying my note on the place, and it's appreciating in value. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, yeah. To be honest, just based off the condition, it probably wouldn't be something that we would want to, take down. But I'd love to keep in contact. I'd love to. I don't know if you have, realtors that you work with specifically, but we do have some on our team over here that, when the time does come and you are interested in possibly listing it. Again, I don't want to deter you from, receiving an offer from us, but it likely wouldn't be as attractive as, the kind of offers you'd be able to get by listing it on market.
Right.
And,
well, let's do that. Give me a holler. What I've been doing with them is the lease ends in April, and I usually start working with them in January,
okay.
So that I get plenty of notice. If they're saying, oh, no, we're going to leave, then I got more time.
Right.
To choose what to do. So,
right.
Give me a holler. January, February, something like that.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll do. And I'll kind of just put it on my my realtor partner's radar here as well. I'll let them know you're obviously not in any type of time crunch or anything like that, but just so that he knows. All right. Yeah, I appreciate you taking it. Have a good one.
Yeah. All right. See you.
Bye. Quick little phone call. Didn't turn out to be the best candidate for a cash offer. I pulled it on Zillow as we were talking, and I didn't realize this is something that I may run into an issue with on these other properties. Is I didn't put a cap on the estimated value of price. I only capped the square footage at 2,500, but I didn't realize that the property values in this area are so high. This is a $500,000 house. Usually in the other counties, I'm working with 300 max. So this is a nice guy though. Nice guy. I'll go ahead and, and that sounds like it could be possibly a realtor referral there. I kind of just pivoted halfway through the conversation and switch gears to, hey, let them know. And that's really how I'm trying to approach all these conversations now, is just coming from a servant mindset. I really want to serve these people. I'm going to call them, and ideally it would be best if the home kind of fit the criteria for us to be able to do something with it. But if it's, you heard, he did a full rehab to it, completely nice. And a lot of people will hype their property up and talk it up and sell you on it, on how cool the place is and how nice it is, and they're really just lying, and stretching the value and the condition of their property. But this guy, he had no reason to lie. You heard him. He's sitting pretty. Tenants in there for the past couple of years pay in on time, in full. They take care of the property. He sounds like he did a full gut rehab, like no more than 5-10 years ago. 2011, so about 10 years ago. So, I mean, at that point, I just have to be honest with him and myself and say, hey, I'm not going to try to, the offer that I would make. And that's why you heard it. I didn't even give him a number. The number that I would have gave him just would have turned him off from even having the conversation with me. So rather, I let him know, hey, this probably isn't the best fit. And then I switch gears. Have you considered listing it on market? Yeah, well, I told you, every year or so when the lease comes up, I consider selling it. But and then I said, hey, yeah, we work with some realtors over here, and I'd love to, just put you in contact. And you heard his voice, the kind of inflection in his voice went up. Like, yeah, let's do that. Call me in January, call me in February. So I'm just gonna make a quick note. Tenant in place, lease is up April. He wants to approach the tenants in January, February to feel out whether they will stay or not. They are great tenants that pay on time, in full, and take great care of the property. He has been retired for 10 years, lives and wants to start consolidating his assets / piece of things and possibly move to Canyon Lake. Completely remodeled in 2011. Eric pushed the realtor referral, and Mr. Higgs requested a call in January / February of next year. I will follow up with him in the beginning of the year before I push it to my realtor, just to kind of round back with him to make sure that it is something that he wants to do. I'll follow up with him like second week of January. Maybe, hopefully, at that point, he's already had the conversation with his tenants to determine whether or not they're going to stay. Follow the check-in, gauge interest in listing on market versus cash offer. If he wants to go the traditional route, refer to realtor. All right. Okay. Well, that kind of it was a good conversation, but that property kind of is turning me off to this list. I know that it can be. It may just be something that I'm not.
Hey, what's up?
Hi there. I was looking for the owner of a property on Bitterwood Circle. Do I have the right number here?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, my name is Derek. And sorry, I know this is random, but I was just calling to see if you would ever consider an offer on your property there.
To sell it?
Yeah. Have you ever considered selling?
Yeah, you have enough money, Derek.
Okay. Do you have a number in mind that you'd be hoping to get for it?
250 is my number.
250?
I just redone. I put $65,000 in there.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I completely understand that.
Yeah. So I mean, now it's a labor of love.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep them, Derek. I appreciate you calling me.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the call.
Thanks.
Have a good one. Yeah, I'm switching gears. I just pulled this one. Decent price range. I could have just maybe gotten unlucky with this one, but I pulled it up on Zillow, full rehab, brand new everything. I mean, yeah, I got unlucky with this one. There was nothing that I could have done filter wise when I was pulling the list to filter out something like that. But still. He's nice though. You can tell. You can just tell by these people answering the phone that they're not getting called. Hey, sorry about that. Is this James?
Brad.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I may have the wrong number here. I was looking for the owner of a property on Paulo Lane.
Yeah. My son owns the property, and I own 2 properties there
Gotcha.
on that street.
My name is Derek.
If he wanted to sell it, it'd be full retail.
It would be full retail, you said?
Yeah, we're investors, and we also have a real estate company.
Gotcha. Okay.
If we were to sell anything, we're going to sell it for retail.
Completely understand. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the call.
Thank you.
Bye now. Again, I don't know if I'm getting unlucky or like, again, that's another situation where I can't include a filter to filter out investors who have properties. I mean, I just don't know. I'm going to add this guy to my cash buyer list though, or my cash buyer group. It doesn't sound like he's very active. He has 2 properties and his son has 1, but it's just a little group that I've created in Mojo. So when people mention it or something like that, like typically in the past, I would have gone a little deeper and figured out if he's an active investor and if he's looking for properties so that I can start kind of going on the hunt for him. But to be honest, he didn't sound very active. It sounds like he does it full time, but I don't know if, I don't know. I guess I'm just so thrown off by this list. I don't know what to think. 4 contacts though on 9 properties. So I'm about 50% contact rate. But the everybody who I've talked to so far, I think that I'm probably the first one to call them about the property. And it's probably for good reason. Because they're not going to sell. You know what I mean? I just, again, I don't really. Hey, John?
Yeah.
John, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Porter Lane. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call, and I wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
I mean, maybe. Depends on what you're offering. We just put a new trailer on it, and we've got another additional house on it, brand new septic system.
Okay.
We were just kind of getting set up to go. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna, let you know a little bit about how we're looking to make our offers. We are looking to buy cash. We can cover all of the closing costs and the fees, and there's no commissions or anything like that taken out of it. So the offer that we're making is just a net cash offer in your pocket, and we can buy the property, as is as well. So there's no, repairs that are needing to be done before it's sold. So I wanted to ask, did you have a number in mind that you'd be hoping to get for it?
Of course, I'd have to talk to my wife about it.
Sure.
Well, what we have into it, and what, I don't know if you were to keep the trailer, I don't know how that would work. You spend money on that.
Mm-hmm.
We'd probably have to get, closer to like over 300. So probably.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well,
around there, maybe 350 or something.
Sure. Okay. What I will do is I'll get with my partner. I'm going to run some numbers on my end to see if we can come somewhere in that ballpark. And if I can, I'll be sure to give you a call back. All right.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to my wife about it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Perfect. All right. I appreciate you taking the call.
All right.
Bye now. That won't work. Yeah, his estimate's 130. He has almost 2 acres of land. Looks like the home sits on it per Zillow is like 800 square feet. He's talking about a trailer that he just added in it being on a septic system, and he's asking for 3 times this estimate. Even if this estimate isn't considering some of these things, I don't think that it'll inflate it by another 200,000. At least, I mean, I would come nowhere close. So that's a no. I'm not even. That's what and I want to pay homage to Luke Rotvold over at Viking Real Estate. Anybody that's tuning into his content can pretty much tell that I'm taking his cold call script almost verbatim, word for word, and I took that from him. Well, again, I've taken pretty much everything from him, but the kind of casual way to let him off easy without just like arguing. You know, there's no point in arguing and oh my God, 300. That's what I used to think. Like 300,000, you're tripping. Like this estimate's 130. But I called them. You know what I mean? The fact that I was able to pull a number out of him was pretty cool. That's something that I'm wanting to put into practice a little bit more. Flip the script. Again, I'm getting that from Luke over at Viking, where you flip the script on them. They ask you how much, and you kind of shift gears, break it down. This is how our offers work. It's almost like I want to let you know how I'm getting ready to make my offer so that you understand that it is a little different than usual. But then at the end, flip it and be like, well, how much do you want? And that's something I wanted to put into practice a little bit more. Usually they won't answer because
Hey, it's Christy. I can't get to my phone right now.
It's a coin flip. Usually the reason that they're saying how much is because they're being an ass, right? This guy.
Hello?
Hi, Miss Goff.
No, it's not Miss Goff.
I am so sorry, ma'am. I think I have the wrong number here. She was being an ass too. Lost my train of thought, but usually they're asking how much just to be an ass, and then when you try to like flip it on them, they'll say, "No, you called me. You made me an offer." And if they really press, then I'll give like a fraction of this estimate in a large range, like a 40, depending on the price of the property, like a $40,000 to $50,000 range. Just to kind of feel it out, see where they're at with, it's just a toss up. Like that guy right there, he said 300,000. I think he doesn't know what he's talking about. I think he just threw that out there. Especially because he said 300 and then he said 350. It's a pretty big difference.
Your call cannot be completed at this time. Goodbye.
I think he was just throwing it out there. But it's never happened to me, but I've sure seen it happen on like videos that I've watched is, flip it on them. And if you can get them to say a price, sometimes they'll say a price that's reasonable, right? I mean, it has happened to me. It's happened to me where they throw out a price that's under this estimate, but never so much so that it's like, oh my gosh, I need to lock this up right now, right? I'm hoping that is the case soon.
Please leave a message.
But I was pretty content with that no right there. Again, it's just kind of a call. I like quality no's, obviously not more than I like leads, but I like it because it allows me to get some practice in, right? That was a perfect opportunity to practice.
At the tone, please record
practice that method of flipping the script and having them throw out a number, even though they asked me for an offer. So I kind of appreciated that phone call. That's something that I'm wanting to practice, and something else that I was thinking of that I want to practice a little bit more. Uh, oh no, it was that same question. It was just another way of. So I like.
6, 4, 4.
I'm gonna continue using that as the rebuttal to
This
them
person
asking for
cannot
the
be reached at the moment.
how much.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Mojo, man. But then if they go back the second time and ask, no, how much you called me, yada yada, I want to say something that I saw on Brent Daniels' Instagram on his live session. I think he had his acquisition manager on there providing some rebuttals to objections, and hello, and I really liked the one where he said it was the rebuttal to the objection, how much, or just make me an offer. He says, well, I'd love to make you an offer for what we feel it qualifies for. What can you tell me about it? Right. And just open it up. Like, I need to know the condition. There's no way. And that's just a nice way of saying, like, I'm not going to make you an offer without figuring out what I'm offering on. But that way, and which is why I'm going to do it only if they come back a second time and say, no, how much? Because that way, I think it probably works for him because he's the acquisition manager. I've already gone through like 1 to 2 people, like the cold caller, the lead manager, or what have you, in order to get on his desk. So, hi there. I was looking for the owner of a property on Chestnut Oak Place. Do I have the right number here?
Yeah, we're not interested in selling it. Thank you.
Completely understand. Thank you for your time. Because that way, I was going to say it kind of works for him because at that point he already knows they're interested and he probably has a lot of the information on the condition and what have you. So he's willing to probably sit on the phone with them and listen to them talk about the condition, even though what I'm trying to say is when I'm cold calling, I need to know whether or not I'm wasting my time by listening to them. Like that first guy, I stayed on the phone with him for like 8 minutes.
System 713.
It ended up not being a lead that I can make an offer on because the property was in such good condition, and I wouldn't have found that out until he told me. But if they, like the second guy, like this guy right here, he told me that he wants an unrealistic number. So now I don't even have to bother listening to what the condition is because I don't want to have to, I don't want to waste my time listening to you talk about all the good. Hi, Janice.
Hello. Oh, no, this is Lauren. Do you need to talk to Jim?
No, I'm sorry. I may have the wrong number here.
Well, we do have a Janice that works here.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. I wasn't wanting to get her at work. I appreciate you taking the call, though.
Oh, okay. Have a
Bye. Affiliated that number and just skip to the next property. I don't want to have to get people at work. That's really bothersome, and that's not how I'm wanting to do business. It seemed like a casual place, but still, that's just asking for resistance, right? Like, who are you to call me at I don't know you, and you're calling me at work to ask me about my property. But yeah, that's something that I'm really wanting to just practice and implement is getting the most important questions answered in the beginning of the conversation so that I know whether or not I'm wasting my time moving forward, right? So if I can get them to tell me what they expect in terms of price, it's not the most important, but if I can tell that they're in la la land, like that last guy,
Hello?
Hey, Robert.
Yeah.
Robert, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property that I believe you own on Woodhue Drive.
You guys are desperate for properties, I see.
What's that?
You guys are desperate for properties?
Yeah, we're calling around just to see if there's any interest. You ever considered selling that place there?
Derek,
Yes, sir.
can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
What number did you dial?
I'm sorry?
What number did you dial?
Dialing 773-750-7646.
Holy shit.
Why, sir?
That's nowhere near. That's nowhere near my number.
Interesting. Wonder how I got a hold of you.
I know it is. I know. I've been getting calls. And that's why this is the first time I asked a question like that.
Yeah.
Why are they hiding me?
Interesting. Well, I take it.
I'm not Robert.
Oh, you're not Robert.
No.
I see. Okay.
And I live in Chicago.
Okay. So you don't own this place on Woodhue Drive here.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the call. Anyways, I'll go ahead and remove your number from the list so we don't try you again.
Yeah, but so other people are doing it though. So many people.
Yeah, I'll kind of give you a little insight, I guess. For some reason, this number that was dialed is associated with the property somehow. I'm unable to tell how it's associated with the property, but we use a service that kicks back numbers that may be associated with the properties that we're interested in. So this was on the list here, but like I said,
Maybe it is my property and I don't even know about it.
that'd be a good turn of events, huh? Maybe getting routed or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go ahead and remove this one here. And again, I do appreciate you taking the call, though.
No problem.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
Wasting my time. Really weird too. That he entertained me for so. And what do you mean that's not your number? It's like the number that I'm connected to right now. He said, "Holy shit, that's nowhere near my number." You sure? And he said, "This isn't Robert." I started the phone call with, "Hey, Robert," and he said, "Yeah." I said, "Man, you guys are desperate." I still don't know what to think of this list. I'm still giving it a chance. I just don't know. So far, good contact rate, but the properties are in too good a condition.
This is Steve Pollock. Leave your name and number, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Thank you.
Like leaving notes for myself when I do get the right person who says their name on the voicemail machine. That way I know, and I'll leave a little note for myself because that was the first. Even this one, I guess it doesn't look that great, but that way because that's the first number on the list, and there's one other number aside from this one, but now I'm just gonna go ahead and leave a note for myself that is the correct number. Skip to the next property so I don't have to waste my time with that second number. And then when I go through and I dial through the list again, I can save myself time knowing that again I don't
If you are calling
don't have to try that second number. And then maybe like the third time I call through, I'll try that second number if I'm still unable to get a hold of him on that correct number there. But yeah, man, that
Automatic voice message system. 9.
it crosses my head a lot when I think about dialing and cold calling and generating leads, which I think about pretty often. I'm always thinking about how I can improve my efficiency, right? And that same concept, that same theme keeps coming back to me of getting the most important questions answered up front. Kind of like getting confirming whether or not there's any other decision makers, before you dive into the conversation. That's more of like a a closer conversation, like a acquisition manager, like a follow up. Unless you get them on a cold call and they're super hot. I haven't had a same call close yet, but sure they happen. And it's just like that. It's similar to that. Like address it up front so that you don't have to deal with it later, right? Same concept when it comes to the condition and the price. Like I almost want to know what their price expectations are before they go and they spend 10, 15 minutes explaining to me every single square foot of their property and the condition that it's in, only to find out that it's in great condition and they're not going to accept an offer that's lower than retail, right? Which is why I can appreciate the guy, like the other guy who answered and said, yeah, we're not going to take anything less than retail though. We just remodeled it. All right, yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the call. We're looking for something that we can build some value into. So I love it when they are upfront with me. It saves me a lot of time. And what I'm really focusing on and wanting to put into practice is. Hello?
Oh.
Hey, Josh. Josh, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Donwood Drive. Oh, well, 3330 on Donwood, and I just wanted to give you a quick call and see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. That makes sense. Okay. Any others on Donwood or any other property you might consider selling at the moment?
If you're out that way, you can drive by 3526 Donwood.
3526?
Yeah, that way I might depending on what happens with my tenant. I might want to sell that one. It is.
Okay. How? What kind of time frame would you be looking at to sell that one?
I don't know. It depends on the actions I get guys calls a week from you guys. So it's a couple of weeks.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, we are looking to buy some properties in the area cash. We can cover all the.
What kind of cash you guys cash me anyway? What kind of did you go out there about 30 Donwood?
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at, but now I'm taking a look at 35.
What would you? What figure? What would you offer?
On 3330? Yeah, well, it really does depend for us. It depends mainly on the condition. I'm sorry?
Is there a figure of what you might have interesting?
Yeah, and I don't hold me to it, obviously, because again, it really does depend on the condition for us. Yeah, but we just to kind of let you know, first how we're looking to make our offers. Again, we're looking to make them cash. We're covering all the fees and the costs, and there's no commission. So the offers that we make are just, net cash offers in your pocket. Okay. Yeah, and so just to confirm, the 3330, it's roughly about 1,500 square feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for a property anywhere between 70 to 100,000 cash.
I need this one. So, I think you guys are well to follow the market. So, I'm not desperate.
Sure. I understand. Completely understand. Just out of curiosity, what kind of number would you be hoping to get for it?
Oh well, I'm feeling market. I'm feeling market for one dealership like that. I don't see that.
140. Yeah, I mean, and keep in mind, the condition of your property may be a little bit better than some of the other properties we've been looking at. So, we may be able to do something around that $100,000 mark. And just to kind of, reiterate, if you were looking to list on market at around 130, 140, you probably would net a little bit more than the 100,000, but after the costs and the commissions and the fees and stuff, we'd probably be somewhere in the same ballpark.
Yeah. Well, some fees are, 2% comes out of me. So, it's still 2%, but I won't lie, you sell it. So, it can, there's regulations.
Mm-hmm.
Those are illegal, but it's not talking to them all. But no, there's like we're six that get to 100,000, something like that. At about 10%.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a very no. It's sitting there paying rent.
Yeah.
You should just like you should move it ready. Paying is I think 5% right now, and so eat the rent and no problem. Thank you.
Yep. I have no idea anything that guy just said.
Please leave your message for 9.
I was able to pick out some words here and there, but wow, golly. Sheesh. Even if, it seemed like we were in the same ballpark, to be honest. I said 100. He said he wanted to list on market for 130, 140. So, even if he got 140 for it, he'd probably be looking at like walking away with a little over like 127, 128.
Hello, we are not available now.
So then it really just depends on the condition, right? And if he has any type of motivation. It sounds like he may have had a little bit of motivation with one of his properties on that street, but not the one I called on. The one I called on, it sounds like he has a renter in there that's paying good, no problems with it. And
please leave your message for.
And there's no reason for him to, sell for cash. That's what he was saying. I was saying, when I went to go list off the benefits, he was like, cash, finance, doesn't matter to me either way. As long as I get paid, I'm in no rush. So it's like, okay. But he did mention that one, something's going on with that one. I just can't understand it.
Please press 1 now.
Para continuar en español,
a word the guy said. But clearly something's going on with that one. He said I think he had 3 or 4 properties on that street. The one I called on is good, but he gave me this other one that sounds like probably right next door that he is interested in possibly getting an offer on. Hello?
Hello, you have reached the voicemail of Carolyn Gerken. I'm sorry I missed your call.
Having some quality conversations on this list so far, though. I'll keep giving it a chance. It seemed like all the properties that I've been pushing to Zillow since those first few that seem to be kind of inflated in value compared to the other properties I've been tackling have been around that same ballpark. And I think it'll be good for me
hello, we are not available.
To kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit and start to talk big numbers. Jeez. Somebody just screamed. To me, if you have $1 million home, you probably have the means of fixing it up and putting it on market. Or at least the majority of people who have $1 million homes, as long as they didn't get it, like inherit it or, stuff like that. The likelihood of somebody having $1 million home and not having the means of doing a bit of repairs in order to get it market ready is slim, in my opinion. I don't know. Obviously, there are people out there because people are wholesaling in these type of markets. That's just my interpretation of it, and kind of what deterred me from doing it in my card, and why I went virtual in the first place. One, just
Please leave your message for 832.
comfortability thing. I was more comfortable speaking, 100,000, 200,000 when talking about offers and deals. Because this is the first. I came from a world of insurance, and we talk numbers. I would negotiate settlements and stuff. The most I really got to was like the 100,000 negotiating with people. I think like 120, 100. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the call.
Okay, have a great day.
You too. He's been called, clearly. But yeah, I was saying, personally, me negotiating with.
I'm sorry?
Hi, I'm sorry. Is this Miss Vasquez?
Yes, speaking.
Hi, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on North Navasota Drive.
Oh, that is not mine.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I have the wrong number here.
I believe so. I'm Eliana Vasquez. I'm not sure who you're trying to get
Oh,
hold of.
okay. Yeah, I do have the wrong number. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're fine.
All right. Thanks for taking the call. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Personally, me and somebody else in my old insurance job, I think it was like 125 was the highest settlement that I personally negotiated. There were some other ones where it was just like procedural, where we ended up owing like $250,000, like 250. But that was nothing that I needed to personally negotiate. So it was just a comfort thing for me in choosing the market. Like, what type of numbers do I want to be dealing with? What type of kind of the range in which I felt most comfortable because of my and I once my bank account starts to increase, and we start taking down deals frequently, start talking numbers more frequently, then I will become more comfortable. Hello? But right now, this is kind of the range in which I feel most comfortable. So even these properties on this list that are popping out at like 350 plus are starting to have me a little uneasy. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, sorry about that. Is this David?
Yes.
David, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Eastwood Lane.
All right, take my number off your call list, please. It's not available for sale.
Okay, will do. Thanks for taking the call, sir.
Wrong address anyway. All right, thanks.
What? He slipped in there right at the end that I have the wrong number and the wrong address. That was really bizarre. He just told me way too much information. He says, "Take my call off your." He answered to David, and then when I said the property, he said, "Take me off your list. It's not for sale. You have the wrong number and address, anyways." So what does that mean to me? I'm just going to go ahead and remove his number. He is named David. I think maybe he just said it's not for sale out of habit, although I was asking about a property that he may not own. I don't know.
Leave me a message.
I just took his number off the list. I'm going to call the other numbers associated with that property there. But yeah, kind of the theme of what everything that I'm saying and what I'm going to continue saying, because I want to really get it drilled in my head, and I want to implement it the best I can. It's something that I feel pretty confident about, and something that I've even been doing just in this one dialing session today is, one, I want to start making more offers, even if it's just a ballpark, throw it out there. And two, I want to start pulling offers out as best I can.
Hello?
Hi there. I'm sorry. I was looking for the.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for the owner of a property on Greenbelt. Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
Uh-huh.
What is this? I need to.
If using RoboKiller to screen their phone, please say your messaging system. Alicia is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you finish.
I don't know about this list. The more I guess it's just 50-50, which I would rather it not be, because it's kind of a waste of my time. Like that one that wrong number that I just spoke with that woman. I just pushed her property to Zillow, and it's like hello? It's like so just a lot of land with I think a trailer on top of it, but it's like a 80,000 square foot lot. Like, I'm sure it probably, I don't know. It's in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what I could have done differently. It was a fairly small list to begin with, so I tried my best to keep it general and vague, so that I wasn't going to just be pulling like 100 properties.
Available. Please leave your name and number, and I will return your call as soon as possible.
Anyways, I don't know. Yeah, back to what I was saying. I'm really wanting to focus on making more offers and pulling out more prices from sellers.
2, 3 is not available.
I feel like I maybe subconsciously like avoid the conversation on the initial cold call. It was something that me and my partner actually chose to implement, since there was two of us. Was we were gonna like kind of alley-oop it, and whoever talked to the person first was going to then pass it off to the acquisition manager, just the other partner. We were both playing both roles. So if I cold called somebody, I'd say I'm going to pass it off to my partner, the acquisition manager, and then he would say the same thing if he cold called somebody.
Hello?
Hi, Miss Warford.
Yes.
Hi, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Twain Drive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call, and I wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling?
Well, we have thought about selling. It depends on how much it would be.
For us, I mean, it really does mainly depend on the condition. I'd love to learn a little bit more about the property to see what we'd be able to offer.
Who are you with, Daryl?
It's just actually me and my partner. We picked up some properties in Houston, and we're looking to pick up a few more in the area. So it's kind of a small family business here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I know that the neighbor just sold theirs. They've got contract on it right now.
okay.
And, they'll be moving soon. And that kind of made us start thinking, because they had like 20 people come through and see it the very first day they put it on market.
Yeah. It's hot
So
right
I
now.
know that the properties are in demand, and it's not like I'm really wanting to get rid of it, but if the price is right, we might.
Yeah, okay. Do you know what the neighbors is selling for?
Yeah, it's $500,000.
I'm sorry?
Mine's bigger.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hi, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
$500,000. It's
Half-
sold for $500,000.
Okay. All right. And
Mine is bigger than theirs.
your lot, you said?
No, my house.
Oh, okay.
Is bigger than their house.
Okay. All right. So
Are you looking just for a lot? 'Cause there's a
No. I thought you said the lot was bigger. But yeah, I kind of just let you know, and maybe it's just saving both of our times here. We would be entering the transaction as an investor. We're looking to pick up some properties cash. We can cover all the fees and the costs and stuff associated with the transaction, and since we're entering in as an investor, there's no commissions that get taken out. So we are just looking to make kind of a net cash offer. And we can buy the property in its as is condition so that no repairs are necessary before it's
Okay.
so I kind of wanted to just feel it out. Is the condition of the property, say it's pretty close to 2021 standards, or are there some things in there that need to be repaired before it's sold?
No, I don't think so. I think it's sufficient to be sold as it is.
Yeah. Okay.
That area did flood. I don't know if you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything on the water in Walden, which is where we are, we're in the Walden area.
Right.
flooded on
Right.
water
Okay.
in Harvey. And so, and then, we have a upside down house, so the living is up, the bedroom is down,
Gotcha.
which is very comfortable because we have a balcony and you get a great view of the water.
Mm-hmm.
So, we, of course, gutted the downstairs to the studs and redid all that, and new cabinetry and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then while we were doing that, because the house was built in the mid 70s or maybe late 70s, 76, 78, I'm trying to remember. We went ahead and did a bunch of renovations upstairs as well. I mean, it was already a mess, dust was everywhere. So we thought we might as well go ahead and so we
Right.
been repainted. We completely redid the kitchen. We did not rebuild cabinets, but we repainted all the cabinets, new appliances, new granite, new wall color, new flooring, everything.
Perfect. And this was all done, post Harvey around, 2017, 2018.
Yeah, actually, we didn't get to move in until 2019.
Oh, okay.
2019, so, mainly done in 18.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And I'll tell you what, just to be completely honest with you, it probably is in too good a condition for us. We're looking for something that we can kind of build some value into. Just to, like I said,
I'm not selling it unless I make money.
Right. Exactly.
It's not my main home. The lake home and weekend home. for us.
Right.
So if I can make some money like folks next door did,
Right.
I would definitely consider it. But otherwise, there's just no reason for me to sell.
Absolutely. And like I said, I don't want to have to waste your time either. So we probably wouldn't be the best fit, but I wanted to ask, have you considered listing it on the market?
Well, we've talked about it just recently. We have. This past weekend, we were up there all weekend for Labor Day.
Nice.
July 4th. And we were talking about it. We talked about it again last night, so we haven't yet.
Right.
We're considering it.
Okay. And the reason I ask is, I don't know if you guys work with specific realtors or have anybody in mind, but although, me and my partner aren't able to help you out by purchasing it, ourselves, we do work with a couple of realtors that service the area. And if you are in need of somebody to help you list it, we'd, love to get you guys in contact with them.
Well, who are they? Tell me their name.
Yeah. His name is Sterling. And if you like, if you want to provide me your email, I can go ahead and send you over some of his just like about me type stuff, information on the brokerage that he works for and the services that he offers.
I think that I will not do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably go with some of my neighbors that they know people that they trust.
Absolutely.
I feel comfortable with that. And actually, my best friend's a realtor, but she's not up there, so I don't know if she wanted that or not.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Talk to her first.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely understand. I just wanted to, see if although I'm not able to buy it, if I was able to help somehow, but sounds like you're in good hands.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking the call. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, same thing. This list is turning me off. This is another $500,000 home. They're gonna want $500,000. This estimate's $430,000. Her neighbor sold for $500,000, which makes sense if it's all 2021. Brand new everything. I bet you it's probably maybe even sold for some higher. You heard her 20 showings first day. I mean, that's what the market's like right now. She's in no need. It is her second home, vacation spot. It sounds like I caught her at a good time for maybe a realtor referral, but even then, she had her guard up. I was trying my best to, I know that I could have done a better job, but I was trying my best to seem friendly as possible and just come from a place of service and let her know. I was hoping that my transparency and letting her know, hey, this isn't going to be a good fit. I got you, buddy. 1 second. This isn't going to be a good fit. Would have, lowered her guard a little bit to have allowed me to push the realtor referral. But she, even if I was going to enter into it for a cash transaction, that's another thing. I want to stop using the word transaction. It's a little intimidating, but she was the type of person, you heard her right out of the gate. I got you, buddy. Right out of the gate. Who do you work with? Who does he work with when I talk about my realtor? All this. I had the answers for her, but it just wasn't good enough for her. And, I think I'll just work with somebody that I know, which is completely understandable. So I may switch it up. I'm going to beat it right now and go tend to my dog because he's freaking out. And quick hour on the dialer, 8 contacts, have some lengthy conversations. So hopefully, it works out better. I'll hop on this new list here in a little bit.